Welcome back to Wedding Mayhem, your wedding channel for all things wedding. And I've got DJ Lee Russel with me. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well. Yourself? How
Good.
are you?
I'm very okay. You saw me yesterday?
Yes.
Inappropriately dressed.
We won't talk about that. Not allowed to mention that. Not allowed to mention it. That's going to come out on a special.
No, because they're all wondering now. Well, so you rang me.
Yes.
I couldn't speak.
Yes.
Or I missed your call. I can't remember. Or was I ignoring you? I can't remember. No. And then I accidentally hit the FaceTime button.
When you call me back. And what were you wearing, Sharon? Tell them what you were wearing. Because it's like, no one knows in here what you're wearing.
I just looked at the screen and you're just pissing yourself laughing.
Because she was in a full-on, let the anticipation build up. It was a full-on bee outfit, as if she'd just been beekeeping. Beekeeping, and the cover was, and she goes, "Oh, I'm just going in the chemist." In the chemist, in the full-on outfit, like, and I was just like, "What are you like?" I was like, and I obviously I was just laughing the whole time, and then I call you back. I was like, "Yeah, that's a good idea if you call me back."
I was picking up John's cream, so that sounds really bad, doesn't it? Picking up his medication.
Yeah.
But
John's her husband, by the way. Not a bee.
They're so used to me in the village, just because I was obviously doing inspections yesterday, so just going from site to site. So it's pointless taking it off or undoing the veil or anything like that. So,
hi Lee. I was like, oh yeah, and I was just
No, I didn't even notice. I'd obviously hit it with my hands, and
you're just talking to me,
and I'm literally walking through, and I'm going, hi, ring you back.
Yeah. It made my day, put it that way. Yeah.
You've got to be careful.
Yeah,
you've got to be careful. That's going to get me into a lot of trouble. Anyway, how's your week?
Yeah, very good, very busy. Lots of weddings, so it's been very good.
Yeah,
lots of lovely couples, beautiful couples.
We're in panic mode now. So if whenever you're listening to this is September, end of September, and all of a sudden it's like I have got 8 weeks to order my dress for next year, and they're in panic. We've been telling them this.
Yeah.
And they've been oblivious to it, and then suddenly it's like I'm rammed tomorrow.
Or when you tell people dates are going, and they go, yeah, we've got ages, and my wedding's next year. I'm like, you don't. We have like 3 Saturdays next year, 3. So it's like people are like, oh.
It's a little bit like us. It's like wedding. There's lots of wedding dress shops. But we are constantly busy, and I think people just think that we're not busy. That and there's loads of DJs and loads of photographers, but you do get booked up right in advance.
Yeah, but then people are like, oh, I'm going to change the date. So they're changing their wedding date to get the suppliers they want.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
Is fair.
And I think that's when you're planning your wedding, write down the non-negotiables, like who you want and stuff like that, and then work your way around it.
Great bit of advice,
So, but you've come in to co-host with me today
yes,
for a very special guest. We have Asa Peach. Hello. Oh my God, I wonder what you were doing then. We watched it, the drink that he went over. Many thanks again to Liberation Cocktails for sending in our drinks. Again, we are still celebrating. We're over 4 million now. I think this morning it was like 4,070,000.
Happy days.
And our subscribers have gone through the roof. So thank you so much, everybody that is liking us, sending in comments, sending messages. And thank you again for Liberation Cocktails. I've got the Espresso Martini, which is lovely. And they come in these cans and pouches as well. So they are fantastic. So enjoy yours. I forgot what you got. You got the mojito.
Oh, shit. It's a bit strong.
It's a bit...
they are strong, they are.
Listen, I'm going out on a date with you. If that's all it takes, so cheat day.
One drink.
Weddings can come with mayhem. Cocktails don't have to. Liberation Cocktails, pouches and party kegs pour mixologist-grade cocktails without the hassle. Take 15% off with code WEDDING15 at liberationcocktails.com.
And talk about dating. So we know you from the Channel 4 Love Triangle UK.
Yeah, LT.
Yeah, exactly. And you were the guy that all the mums wanted their girls to bring home to them.
Thank you for saying.
So you were the mum's favourite. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I think that's a good thing. If the mum likes you, then they kind of have a word, don't they?
Yeah, because I think actually if the mum doesn't like you and the girls are close, that's
exactly.
it, you're done, aren't you? You're toast.
It's game over.
Yeah.
Normally it's the father's approval, I think, I get first, if I'm honest. So like even with my last relationship.
So I'm holding the glass like this because I am a dropper today. No, I wasn't like, I tripped over there, I tripped over the...
Mind you a little bit nervous, come
I don't know. I think it's changed. I think like for us in the dress shop, you know, if Mum doesn't like the dress, then it's curtains. It is. So, and I think dads these days just toe the line, don't they?
Or dads go, happy wife, happy life. If the wife's happy, then he's happy.
Yeah, and they've got to keep the girls happy. We were talking about proms earlier.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
whatever she wants, you know. So whatever you want, he said.
Hermione, I did not say that. I did actually say, yeah, you can, yeah.
Anything you want, you
Yeah,
know.
that's my daughter.
So, but we have to ask you. You know, we're going to go a little bit into what you do and stuff like that. But we want to. I want to ask you more about the show. Why did you do it?
Do you know what, right? And no one will be this forthright, I think. Initially, it was fame. Initially, it was, you know, the bright lights of, you know, oh, I'm going to be an influencer. I'm going to get myself a blue tick. I'm going to live life at home, do a couple of nudes here. Not nudes.
Nudes.
I love the fact you're honest. I love that because people never say that, but it's so true.
No.
Like we've got egos, and I want it to be like up there, you know.
But also, I think you know, in today's society, we see this and we see all these celebrity weddings and from these influencers who were on, you know, you Love Islands and stuff like that, getting married and they've got like £1 million weddings, in quote.
Paid for.
And you know, staged as well. But us kids growing up, it's the easy route to money, it seems, rather than just learn a job and do a job.
No, exactly. Like,
That is a job, though.
I know it's a job, but it's a fast route job, isn't it?
Yeah.
absolutely,
You know?
yeah, it's a quick fix.
Yeah.
So the initial sort of plan was obviously I saw the sort of TV next to the sort of, you know, the actual premise of the show. I was like, yeah, I want to be on that. I want to be felt, seen, and heard. And I think that if you delve into it a little bit deeper, it's more so obviously when you find someone that you feel seen, feel felt, feel heard, then none of that really matters. But at the time, I was like, that's my motive. That's what I want to do. When it got closer to the show, I was like, right, okay, they've got expert matchmakers. Going to find the love of my life.
Yeah.
Did it happen? Did it eck? Did it eck? But
But did you find some? Like, did you?
You did.
I did, yes. So I found love within myself. But no, like I think for me, like in that sort of crazy, sort of chaotic world, when it came to sort of like the wants and the needs, obviously Chelsea was being my sort of, you know, I can't say her name, can I?
You can say a name, yeah, it's fine.
So obviously Chelsea was my first match. She was under the premise of my needs, so someone who's calm, compassionate. Initially, it was all going quite great, and then obviously with Marie as well, she was like the sort of hyper sort of active, you know, someone who sort of would keep you on my toes like a car phrase, you know, proper sort of hectic sort of person, driven as well.
Yeah.
And I actually leant more towards Marie, but she leant more away from me anyway, so it was never going to work in that sense, really.
Yeah.
But we're still quite good friends. I still keep in touch with her and
Yeah.
stuff. She's like a big sister to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't admit it at the time, because I was like, no, I'm not happy with that. You don't want to be with me. But
Yeah.
now I'm like, yeah, she's a really nice person.
Yeah. So you matched with Chelsea, you moved in, and what didn't we see? Because we want to hear this, because there are the kids out there going, oh yeah, you know, they've been on this TV, I'm going to do it. And we're not saying not do it, but it's important to be transparent and you know, see behind the scenes.
I would say it was very busy the whole time. So I mean, you literally like for the moment you get up in the morning, you're being filmed, and literally for the moment you're near enough going to bed, you're being filmed. In between all that, you do get a lot of support. There is a lot of wellbeing support on set, and they were really, really good. Like
Fantastic.
They look after
It's
all
good
of
to
us.
hear.
And from both sides, and it was so unbiased.
Do they stay in the house with you?
Yes.
Yeah, because my thought is that if this is my daughter moving in with somebody that they met on a bridge for like 30 seconds and then they're moving in together, I'd want my daughter to be safe and my son too.
Absolutely, yeah.
So there are chaperones in the house. Chaperones
there, yeah. We're sort of constantly informed, you know, that they're always on sort of call sort of thing. So even if they're in bed, but you need them like desperately for anything in particular, or if you need access to your phone to call home, you can do that.
Okay,
so you are very well supported there as well. And even the aftercare of the show is phenomenal. They do look.
Well, we heard about this with Love Island. And it's obviously different now, but at the beginning that there was no aftercare. You left the show given your phone and that was it.
Yeah.
But now they're putting out the support. Remember, this is people's lives. When maths has just started.
Yeah.
So it is good to hear that is happening.
Yeah, I'd say so. And I think if you are looking to sort of apply for a show like that, you've got to understand that no one is completely 100% their authentic self, or it's very rare. I will hold my hand up and take pride in the fact that I was, like, because I just don't know any other character, like, you know what I mean? So I was literally myself. I probably played up to being a bit annoying because I found it funny, but I also knew that, you know, it'd probably get a few highlight reels of me just being stupid on there, sort of thing. But like everything you saw of me, you got essentially, and there was obviously a lot of complaints around the edit, and I'm going to be honest, like, no one got a terrible edit. What was seen on camera was shown. Do you know what I mean?
And you can't mask what comes out of people's mouths. You've said it. It's out.
They didn't mask my blue ball comment. Do you know what I mean?
No. I think that's the thing I left this morning watching. Actually, I do remember this now. This now.
That was like the start of the end.
Can I just ask you? This might be a bit sensitive and might need to take it out. I don't know, but. Did you and Chelsea have sex?
No, we didn't have sex.
Full sex, okay.
No, it was like, what is it called? So your first base is kissing, your second base is others. So
okay.
I'd say I got
second base. Fine. Okay, we're just clearing that up.
We got timed out.
Okay, fine. I have to ask because it is a question that does come.
Because probably people assume it happens, or they assume it doesn't happen, and then.
But there's people in the house, other people in the house, so it's a little bit more awkward, eh?
Yeah, I think so. So the house was massive, like it was ridiculous. Like one room was basically my apartment that I was living in at the time, anyway.
Right.
But you literally had about 5 rooms, and like I looked it up the other day because I literally live down the road from there now, which is even more crazy. And it's like £1,000 per room a night, at least.
Wow.
And I was just like, well, you know, I thought I was going to get kicked out of there for being too working class, if I'm going to be honest with yourself. The guy at the entrance did not like me at all. I was coming out in my tracksuit going to the gym, and he just looked at me like, what are you doing here?
Oh no.
But
Be you. Be who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, yeah. So,
So can we just talk about the dinner parties?
yeah.
Because they went off.
Gosh, yeah. Oh, they always went off. To be fair, it felt like being at home at Christmas.
Okay.
Got to wind everyone up.
My mum storming off and would be perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
for those that haven't watched the show, do go back. It's a mixture between Married at First Sight, those dinner parties, and Love Island, isn't it? It's, a mixture of everything.
Yeah, it's funny really because I signed up to a fight a few weeks after boxing fight legally.
Yeah, we are going to talk about this in a
Come on to
minute.
And someone asked me, "Oh, like, do you feel nervous?" And I said, "It's not as bad as those dinner parties."
Yeah.
Like you're walking in there because for me as well, I can't keep composure when it's sort of like too loud. So what I tend to do is I switch off completely. So what you saw at the dinner parties was me completely silent because I couldn't raise any sort of concerns because I would just literally be just eaten by the vultures.
Well,
so to speak.
were people wanting their platform, their 5 minutes, weren't they?
I think so. And the thing is, obviously, initially I applied for the show to have my own platform. When I got there, I was like, no, you guys can have it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of that. There was a lot of people trying to talk over
A lot of
each other.
peacocking.
A lot of peacocking, a lot of stirring as well, so to speak.
So what happens after these dinner parties once they stop filming?
We just go home. It's really weird. It
Doesn't kick off.
No, not really. No. The weirdest thing was the last dinner party, which was the most tastiest. Obviously, me being me, I've sort of said my bit because I had to. Like I was made to feel like I was unsafe to be around, and I'm going to be honest. If someone was unsafe to be around myself, why are they in the process still? And 2, why am I still in the process? Because if I was, that would be picked up upon. The wellbeing team were very much on top of us the whole time.
Right.
So if that was something that was a concern, then obviously I would have been either had a word with or would have been kicked off the process entirely. So that's why I mentioned what I mentioned.
Fair play
just
to
to
you.
clear things
Fair
up.
play.
Just clarity. But even after that, obviously, you know, certain someone's boyfriend walked past me and he was fine.
Right,
He was like,
okay.
yeah, mate, have a good evening, mate. I was like, oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah,
That
we
was-
know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Looking at me, no.
Yeah, it was quite fuck. I was scared because
I have a soft spot for him, and I should tell
Yeah.
you why. When I came off the process, obviously I still speak to my ex, not like that. And she was saying to me when she watched the show, she was really worried I'd be that person. Like I'd be the person who's reactive and sort of, you know, wouldn't think before they speak and would be really volatile. Because I've had moments, you know, even sort of like with my ex sort of thing where I'd be a bit of an arse. Obviously, it was nothing terrible, but it was enough where it was like, he's quite reactive, like he's not calming down a bit sort of thing. So I kept composure when it mattered, but some people didn't. But I can see why though.
Yeah, okay. Last question about the show. Do you get paid to go on the show?
Ooh.
Do you get pocket money?
Un poco.
Okay,
So
cool.
a little
Would you
bit.
do it again?
A little bit.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. 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 Can I say too much? I potentially might have something else lined up.
Okay, well, we're going to keep, yeah, I think I know what, okay. But one of the reasons that we have you here is that we want to talk about dating with autism. And you've been very vocal about your journey, and we've done it on the girls' side, but we've not done it on the boys' side, and it's completely different. You've been witness to my escapades this morning. I definitely have a bit of dyspraxia going on today. We want to. I should have brought another girl in, shouldn't we? But we also want to talk about fitness and stuff like that, which you're heavily into.
A little bit. I tuck them.
A little bit. So when were you diagnosed? And what were you diagnosed with?
So I was diagnosed with autistic spectrum disorder at the age of 11.
11, right.
So it was but it was a lot. Like my mum had to do a hell of a lot to get that diagnosis. Like we're talking endless assessments.
I mean, you're 30 now. Flirty 30.
Flirty 30.
But that was a while ago, and it's still now hard, isn't it?
Oh, good. Yeah. I think life itself is crazy, and I think even being neurotypical in the dating world is like it's overwhelming in itself.
Yeah.
Being neurodivergent, I think it's advantageous because I can switch off from things and focus on other things. Do you know what I mean? So when I was dating in the lead up to my fights, I didn't really care of the outcome of that because I was like, well, I've got this going on at the moment, so I don't have time, sort of thing. So
you've moved on, haven't you? I do this quite a lot. I plate a lot of things, and then I start finishing them off, and then I'm still like, while I'm doing something, I'm still thinking about something I've got in the pipeline.
Yeah, well, you're making me think of food now.
We had biscuits somewhere. Oh my God, I didn't bring the Jaffa cakes out.
Oh, is that what they're in there for?
They're in the kitchen. Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. I'll get them afterwards.
So why were you down the path of being diagnosed? What was the lead up to that?
I was quite a reactive kid, and I didn't read social expressions very well. At the age of 4, I was non-verbal, so I didn't actually speak, which is crazy how I've sort of turned out. So I've done all right.
Yeah.
And again, like I would misunderstand so many situations. I mean, even my eldest brother, God bless him, I remember my eldest brother was about 8 years older than me. I used to run across the hallway, my mum would tell me, and I'd headbutt him in the knees just because, I don't know why. That's how I used to.
The energy.
Sort of it was just
attention as well.
Straight through, yeah. And my attention deficit was terrible. So even with regards to the ADHD side of things, like in school, I could sort of concentrate for about a few moments and then I'm off. And I'm looking at the window or something's going on.
Oh, plane.
It's crazy. And I've started redirecting that now. And it's like, obviously I've realised I'm probably a little bit of creative and I should put my energy into writing, into poetry and all that.
We're going to talk about the poetry.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
But yeah, it was really difficult, I think, as well, because my upbringing was reasonably complex in the respect that my dad left, not left, he divorced my mum when I was 2.
Right.
And then obviously my stepdad came into the picture when I was about 5 or 6 as well. And he was a little bit better in terms of approach me because he understood me a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? He used to sort of like distract me with sensory things like a feather, and he had a bit more of an understanding of sort of how to deal with me. Yeah, I believe so. But even then, there was still like lots. I mean, obviously, I was raised around sort of an estate as well, so there was always some sort of volatility going on and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think I just picked up on it and sort of mirrored it. I was a naughty kid.
So you were naughty. So that's what that's why you were diagnosed. Well, down the pathway, right? At 11 years old, how did that make you feel at the time?
I absolutely hated my diagnosis when I was first diagnosed.
Because now we're celebrating it, right?
But now you're supported.
Absolutely, that's
I think probably when you were diagnosed, you weren't support. You were just you got this, and that's it. But now you are fully.
Yeah. And now people that haven't got it are saying that they might have it and stuff like that.
That's the trend that is really grating my
Yes.
And I do. Yeah, I do find self-diagnosis a bit frustrating, and it is hard because it does take a long process.
Yeah.
But when you've got someone who probably doesn't sort of completely sort of not fit the picture, but it sort of fit the description. You sort of
listen when I'm not diagnosed, but
oh no, well that's awkward. Sorry.
But it's pretty obvious, But when it's not obvious and you're saying it's wrong, isn't it? I think it's really, really insulting.
Yeah, well, I don't find it insulting. I think my mum does because she went quite hard to sort of get the diagnosis.
Yeah.
But I mean, I look at it from that sort of lens of. I mean, I feel like my autism radar picks up and my ADHD radar picks up very quickly. If someone's quite high energy and fun to be around, I know I'm going to like them because they're definitely diverse. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, you get you.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big circle, and I like it. But I can understand why people are self-diagnosing themselves, because
the process apparently at the moment is very expensive for you have to do it yourself. And it's very tight, and people just think, oh, he's got it. I just don't need to get it assessed. But if at a younger age, where you're 11 now, apparently you have to. All the paperwork is phenomenal, and the assessments is phenomenal.
Well, I think while you're at school age too, getting it gets you more help at that time where you can, for education wise and
on exams, schooling days, support in the classrooms.
I had a long time during exams. That was good because it gave me more chance to stare out the window for a bit longer.
But then if you're staring out the window, then it gives you more time to
refigure,
focus on what you were meant to do. I hear these stories with my children at the moment. People at school who get the extra help and support, and some people who don't and need it. So it's a very difficult process.
Well, it's putting people off going through the process because once you start it, then you're focusing on it, and it's it's extra mind space, isn't it?
A lot of pressure on the family as well.
My work links in with that as well. I mean, I do charity work for a kids camp that I used to go to. So it's for kids from deprived areas of East London and Essex. It's a Catholic camp. It's not really God-fearing, though. You don't have to read the Bible every day. But I went there because obviously we couldn't afford holidays at the time. And then obviously I went there to volunteer as well afterwards. And you see so many kids that are deemed as the naughty kids, put in the bottom sets when their intellectual level is probably a little bit higher than what they're set. And they're dealt that because they've got behavioural issues, but they're not really being heard. And that was me in school. Like we used to get penalised for forgetting things. So if I forgot things, you get penalised. So I had a whole year where I was.
You get house points removed from you and stuff like that at school. But I was put into all the sports clubs. You know, they were like, well, you know, if I, go and do PE. Because you can't concentrate on this, so you know. So I missed a lot of my education but I was good at sport. So the more I did, the better I got. But that my actual education really suffered, and you know, and it was hard. It was hard.
Look at you now.
Well, I actually do have a funny story. He's gonna kill me for saying this, but I talked to the producer about it last week, and so I was on a date night with my husband, and we were.
I think so. I was on a date. I was like,
no, you're thinking, oh, wedding number 4.
I was like, I know your husband.
What year? But we're not booking. And we were talking about dating. I said, would you have dated me back when you were younger? You know, when you left school or at school and stuff like that. And he said, oh yeah, probably. And I said, well, who did you date? And he went, we didn't date anybody that were in the REM classes. And I went, what's a REM class? And he went, you know, them. And I was like, what? And he went, you know, the people in remedial. And I went, you married. What?
Really? Is that what he said?
Yeah. And he was like, I feel so shameful. But when you were kids, you know,
it's changed a lot now, I think. Though. It's like they're in classes in school, and it's not like top, middle, and bottom. It was. I mean, when I was at school, it was, but like it has changed now. Like it's a lot. You might be in the middle set, but you could be in the top set, but because for whatever reason they get a lot of support in the middle set and stuff like that.
Kids are cruel, though, aren't they?
Oh god, yeah, they are. And I think to be fair,
and dating's changed now as well, Sharon.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. Sorry.
Just to give you that bit of advice. Dating's changed. It's not on looks all the time now.
Oh, bloody hell.
It's not.
I mean, you know.
It's on everything, isn't it?
You're supposed to be my friend. Can we talk about like friendships and stuff like that when you have autism as a boy? How hard is it? How easy is it?
What, currently right now and or in the past?
When you first was diagnosed.
When I was younger, it was hard. It was difficult because I didn't really fit into anyone's sort of particular sort of social setting.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember specifically in secondary school having the group that I would hang around with during the morning, which was normally the nerds. Loved the nerds because they were quite witty. And then I'd hang around with the in-betweeners during the midsection of the day. And then the after school would be the jocks, like the sporty people, because I was part of like the football team and stuff like that. But and when I left school, none of them kept touch, bar one.
But I think also when you have ADHD and autism, you hop a lot into groups. I've got loads of friendship groups and they're all different mindsets. I am able to go into all of them, whereas if you are the nerd, you only stay with the nerds. And stuff like that. So it does make you more sociable, I think.
I totally agree.
You know. Well, you're a DJ.
Yeah, I've got different friend groups.
Yeah.
And you can jump from friend group to friend group to
100%.
and you get their energy in that one, you get their energy in that one, and you get your advice from that one.
Yeah, 100%.
Versatile, I think.
We need to talk about dating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Single?
I've got about 5 girlfriends at the moment. Don't tell them all.
I was going to say, this isn't a great time.
You're on national TV.
I'm a single Pringle.
Okay.
I'm not.
Are you
really...
dating? You're allowed to talk to more than one girl. So.
The thing is, one thing that I've found, time-wise, is so difficult. Like when I've moved to Manchester, I've literally had this goal in mind of, really building my business up, building up my socials, tunnel vision focus. And I have been on dates and stuff, just not been invested. And it sounds really silly, but
because you're not settled yet.
No, do you
you've
know what
only
it is?
just
a little
moved.
bit of that. But I feel like for me, I dated someone who was like recently, like about a week ago, who was actually my type down to a T, like beautiful, but she didn't make me laugh. And that for me just didn't switch the rest of my brain on. So therefore I almost felt like I wasn't invested. And we're both quite busy as well. She's got a business and I've got mine. So when she said, I just don't really sort of want to progress any further, I was like, oh, thank God for that. And not in a horrible way, just in a sense of like, not really invested. I feel like, and this is something I've learned recently, someone could be your type down to a T. If they don't sort of like stimulate you in sort of an intellectual sort of way, that you can't bridge that gap. So
Right, okay.
I'm very selective now. Very selective.
You should be, though, I think. What's that saying, your arm?
Oh, which one? Well, this one, that is not a model.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's
Like,
not given. It's not
exactly,
given.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
true.
it's really hard, but I'm just interested to see how men with autism and ADHD date compared to women.
has it affected it a lot?
So it's weird. I think it's actually been beneficial for me because I go into every single date, and it sounds bad, like I don't really care what they think. Not in a horrible way where I'm going to treat them terribly, but I will do little things like that almost put them off probably initially, but it actually intrigues them. So for example, if I'm dating someone who on their profile's got no one shorter than 5'7", I'll turn up and I'll literally like bend my knees a little bit and be really short just to really mess with them. And then obviously I go back to normal again. Then half the time I'll sort of talk about random theories that I've made up in my head just to sort of confuse them.
So banter's really important to you with the whole situation.
God, it's such a turn on. Like it sounds really not to.
But I have that myself. I couldn't date or marry anybody that wasn't funny.
Do you know what? So many people say when I DJ at the weddings and they go, oh my God, he's so punching with her. And I'm going, do you know what? I think they're the most loveliest couple ever because I tell you what, they get each other.
Yeah.
They are laughing. They've laughed and joked all day. They're in love with the whole package, not just like, because some people are so shallow and they go, oh, he's proper punching with her. And I'm like, no, but like he's a top boy and she's laughing at everything and he's laughing at everything she says and they've got it.
John and I just sit on the sofa and we're so busy. We haven't had a holiday in a year because both of us are snowed under, so busy. We are going to go, but so we have like an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes in the evening where we get in, eat our dinner, and then that's it. But something will happen. We'll just be in hysterics.
Will you like trip over or like?
He's mainly laughing at me actually, but we do a thing called we haven't done it on purpose.
Do you FaceTime him in the bit?
No, it just happens that the lights go off because we don't really chat as such. We ask the care and how's your day and blah blah and listening to each other. The lights go out and then we're chatting when the lights are out, and I actually love that because then we end up just laughing so much that he's hiccuping because he can't laugh properly, and then it'll be another hour before we are actually asleep, but we've gone to sleep happy.
See, I love that. That's
because we've made each other laugh over stupid things.
Yeah, but that's what it's all about, isn't it? Like...
Don't get me on a fart. Do you know what I mean? Sets us off again. Do you know what I mean? It's like
John, she's painting a good picture of you here.
I'm talking about me.
Oh, right.
Oh no.
But I think that's important. Laughter gets you through a hell of a lot, and I know that you and I have chatted on and off for the last month, and we both can say that we've had a hard time growing up, but laughter has.
Oh God, yeah.
I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for laughter. Because it's tough.
No, exactly, and I think. I think laughter, it's someone who can make you laugh. It's a sign of intelligence, obviously. I know I keep saying intellect, and it really is just something that's so important. I mean, like, I've dated some very attractive women, not bragging, sort of bragging, but like they've just not.
Laughter makes you happy. Laughter makes you happy, and if you're happy,
You're a tall boy. I didn't realise how tall you were. Honestly.
wearing wedges.
I have,
Cheater.
Every little inch helps.
Well,
Ask my ex. Okay, Sharon asked me this. I have to, actually.
I have to say it's about width, not length.
Pass.
I had a girth pun there, but I forgot it. That's really annoying.
Yeah.
I had another girth pun, but I couldn't get my hands around it. Oh, no.
No, let's move on. We don't want to get cancelled.
That was really bad, that.
Yeah. That was as well.
Oh, I thought what we were saying now.
That was below the belt.
We were dicking about with it.
Yeah. So, you know, well, I forgot what we were saying. Let's have another drink. Oh my God. I've got Willie in my head now. So we're talking about dating.
Yes, yeah.
So I found as a girl that I would dump more than they would dump me. Yeah. Because I would lose interest and just no, thank you, bye. You know, and yeah. So I don't know whether that's the same for boys as well.
Do you know what? It's weird. So like, I used to sort of, and I did it like quite recently, and just went off the idea of like talking to about 4 or 5 people. It's almost like having a roster. But what I realised is there's way too much admin.
I couldn't do it.
No,
and I get names mixed up as well.
You know, I've done that before.
No, I do. I go through the list of husbands.
Is that why you FaceTime people so you know which one you're talking to?
Yeah, but I don't concentrate, so I don't know who it is.
No, but that's what I did recently. Like the girl I was on a date with, I actually forgot her name when I was ordering a drink. And I was looking at her going, oh, crap, what is your name?
That's why you call everybody baby.
What, babe?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I can't remember what actually happened there, really, to be fair to you. But yeah, it's when I'm fixed on one person though, like I am very much all in. I fall in love very quickly.
Yeah,
I noticed that one for sure.
I think that's typical ADHD though, because we're fully invested, aren't we? Rather not, or we are. We're in.
That's where I've kind of learnt about my attachment style. I'm anxiously attached, and what I realise is when I like someone, I will be very much sort of like, and it does push people away. And to be fair, I'm now getting it from the outside perspective of, do you know what? I can see why they did sort of.
Can be too much.
It's suffocating.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I've been told I'm too much. Last night, and the lights were out.
What were you doing?
When I farted, yeah. But yeah, you know, being told that you're too much.
But then you surround yourself with people who like you for who you are.
Yeah.
And they're in the same circle as you, and they like to be loud and they like to have fun.
But then you say that John's the opposite to me. He's quiet. He's still waters. I mean, he's angry underneath, but it's like, but to meet him, he's Mr. Calm, and I.
But when you get to know him, he's not.
No,
do you know what I mean?
He's the one on the dance floor, isn't he?
So I kind of like. I think you're perfect for each other. Do you know what I mean? And like.
Good to know.
Yeah.
You complement one another, and I think that's
that's it. Yeah. When you find that person who compliments you.
Yeah, and he lets me speak.
Lets you be who you are.
Yeah, he never has tried to change me whatsoever.
He would never, but like
he wouldn't dare.
Yeah.
But if he said, look, Sharon, you need, and he has done occasionally where it says, I don't think you should say that, and I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. I because he doesn't tell me often, but he will give me a bit of advice.
Partnership.
And I respect him so much that I'll take that on board. But it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like it's weird. So I mean, I've got a specific personality type that I want. And like, to be fair, my ex, obviously I split up with her. I win. I'm joking, bless her. That's awful. She's with someone, she's very happy now. I'm on cheesy dating shows. You know what I mean? Who's winning? Maybe me, I don't know. But like, she was like,
but we shouldn't settle, right?
No, absolutely not. Well, this is the thing. Like, and I think this is what like I got to. We moved in with each other, and a lot of my friends were saying, you'll fall out of love or something like that. Not literally of that sense, but you'll learn a lot more about yourself. And I
think when you move in with somebody, it's a different level of relationship. It shifts a gear. And
I still have some people who get married. They've not lived together before.
They're still happening.
They're still happening. I've done a few weddings and they've not lived together, and they're like literally getting excited to go and live with each other.
No, I mean, I think that's why these shows like Married at First Sight, Love Triangle are successes, because you meet each other, you chat, and then you live with each other.
Some people have not done the deed before they've like literally.
No, I can't get over that.
Done the deed.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I was trying to be
Dip the
polite.
pickle.
Yeah, yeah. They've literally
Done the dibble.
and they leave early.
No, dip the pickle.
And they leave early.
Dip the pickle.
Yeah, they leave early at their wedding to go and because like now they've got the blessing of all the family and they can go. It's like we had one last
But that's
year.
for religious
Yeah.
reasons, a lot of that. But I've had a couple of girls, and you know, I like that. I
What
think.
did we speak about in the green room earlier on? There was someone who we knew and they were very much like not got that far with people yet because they just haven't found that person.
Yeah, yeah.
And that could be the case now.
I find that with the younger generation now, the younger generation date differently to my generation, you know, and like you don't have to have sex with every single girl. Like, a lot of people are waiting until they get married, and a lot are not, you know. So I think it's down to personal choice.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think it's that social chemistry, isn't it? I think once you feel that sort of like that energy, I mean, again, not to go too into detail, but, you know, I've had sex with people that we don't click at all, and that side of things was just genuinely awful, and I was quite looking forward to it finishing. It sounds so bad.
No, yeah.
I faked a few orgasms.
Can men do that? Right, okay. right up my Strava, this is. Right, okay. So tell me how a man can fake an orgasm, please.
So it was
Asking for friends.
Friends with benefits.
So basically, do you know what? It starts off with just the noises. You just sort of act a bit overly.
Oh, he's actually telling us, right? Okay.
Yeah. Act overly infused, stare them in the eye and say, "I'm finished," and just walk out. No, I'm joking. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Whatever you do.
But they're supposed to. But you can't fake spillage.
Well, if you're wearing protection, you're okay.
Lee. Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is all new to
If you're doing a
me.
good enough job, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And it's about the girl first, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
always.
About your partner first, right?
I've
Okay.
had great reviews from that side of things.
Great reviews.
5-star on Google.
Where did you find? Oh,
Fantastic, right?
right. We need to stop. Okay. So obviously it's not all fun and games,
No, of course not.
you know. And I know that when we've chatted, your go-to is the same as mine, and I know the same as you. It's exercise.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know. So yeah.
Same for the games, my friend.
Yeah. So you box.
I do box, yeah. I haven't done it for a while, but you could probably.
Yeah,
tell
you were
from
pretty
the
rubbish at
muscles.
doing the mics earlier.
Excuse me.
No, he wasn't. He did not. He did not.
I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm well good at fisting. Boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've boxed for like literally 4 years, 5 years.
Okay.
I was talking to my client about it. It's not been that long at all.
Okay.
And it's caught me.
How did you get into it?
Do you know what? So I did a podcast, not as good as this. It was on
Yeah.
Zoom. It was very much in my living room.
Good to know.
My living room. And I interviewed a professional boxer, and cheekily at the end said, "Oh, do you train people?" Because he lived down the road from me. So I trained with him for a bit. Moved sort of like another job around Southend, and went to a gym called Honey's Boxing. Best boxing gym, best gym I've ever set foot into.
Wow.
Sorry, vibe, but it just really is. And
Yeah.
like he just literally stripped everything down to the basics. And he's like what I'd describe as the Rain Man of boxing. He won't mind me saying that because he's very just in tune with it all. I think he's definitely neurodivergent. And yeah, he taught me how to box. He was like it's like a brother figure to me, if anything. To be honest with you, I
nice.
really looked up to him, and he really sort of helped me through some challenging times, even when I was in the lead up to fights and stuff. And he led me out for I think my last few fights, and then obviously I went to Kent and carried on boxing and stuff. But I got into it just because I wanted to learn a new skill. I
Okay.
initially was really heavy set. I was about 97 kilo, so about
What's that
15
in
stone.
pounds? My. Yeah, but you're
What's it in
tall.
pounds?
Even at the
Yeah,
wedges.
but I was a big boy. I was a big boy. I was about.
You had boobs.
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, no, honestly.
Listen,
I'd
we're
love to
talking
get
about
a chest.
talking to a man that's like shredded loads. How much have you lost?
Just about 6 stone.
Incredible.
It's been like 2.5 years though. It's been like a
yeah,
journey.
you've done it properly as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. It's just. But I love spinning. I haven't done that for a while, but I
I
do love
get dizzy
spinning.
when I do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
I fall off the bike. I can't
it
go.
is- it is a
No, I
bit.
was talking about spinning physically.
Yeah, once you get addicted to, like, you probably got addicted to boxing, you do get
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, and I think that's it. You're super focused, aren't you? You know, for me, it's like when I decide to do something, I smash it.
Yeah.
But I'm focused. I'm living every minute of the day through it.
And then if you
Yeah.
don't get that exercise, you're like, it's like that's.
Twitchy,
It's,
twitchy
yeah, I'm
toes,
like, I need to
yeah.
go. And my wife used to say to me, go to the gym. Go to the gym.
Yeah.
Go to the gym. And I'm like, okay, I'll go.
Get that energy
Because
out.
I'll be in the office for like 5 hours and doing admin.
Well,
and
it's like marathon training that I'm doing now. But and I mean, this will be my 11th marathon. But you taper, and those tapers are awful.
Oh, they're horrible.
Because, you know, I'm irritable, and even John's gone, go out and fucking run. And I go out and I only run to the top of the road and
But
back.
you come back and you just feel great.
Yeah.
Like it's
Well, I've dealt with stuff and you know, and I know for exercise, we talked about that, you know, the things that are, you know, we I think we present as aloof, everything's fine, everything's great, everything's happy, we're you know, we're super duper, but actually inside we're not.
when that door's closed, no one sees what's going on behind the door.
That's it. That's it. So actually, the exercise for me, when I'm out running, helps me deal with those things. I answer a lot of those questions and deal with that anxiety and build up. And then I come back with another brilliant idea.
Gonna make a
Start a candle business.
candle business.
Tell you.
And we help with names
Yeah, exactly. So,
of the candles.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. The podcast came out of a run.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
It did. It came out of a run, and the name came out from a run as well. So you know, exercise is a good way of channeling all that like build up, because it feels like a volcano, doesn't it?
Yeah.
About to erupt. So
Well, I think your body oxygenates when you exercise. Well, I know, obviously, your body oxygenates when you sort of go for a run as well. So often when you wake up in the morning, you don't feel like going for that run, you're too tired. If you choose to run, you actually end up waking up a bit further, and you've got more energy and you've got more sort of drive towards things and focus. And sort of productivity with your day. Whereas if you choose not to and have that extra line, you actually feel more tired and more drained. And that's what I found from my own experience.
Yeah.
So running is massive amounts of therapy, I think, that alone, and stretching. And I do a lot of meditation when it comes to around a fight, and I've started doing it a lot more now. And it's
you must go and follow you on TikTok and Instagram. You do these daily quotes and stuff like that, and I think for young lads, for other guys,
Positivity.
reaching out to you and watching that, and you sharing your darkest moments.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
And dealing with it. And you know, I know that you've brushed on suicide on one of your, you know, recent ones, and you know, that made me cry.
Yeah.
Because if I was watching that, it gave me, and I was in that position, that gave me hope.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Like I think that's the thing that is sort of like you do fall into that hole quite a lot. And obviously for me as well, what I found is obviously I've got an addictive personality. So with exercise, that's my addiction.
But haven't we all with ADHD?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah, we're dopamine chasers.
Yeah.
And I think when you don't have that dopamine, and mine was boxing, and when I sort of come away from that, obviously then I dated, and then when that didn't go wrong, my resilience wasn't there. And when my resilience wasn't there, my character was almost in question in my own head. And then you sort of question everything and your sort of self-worth and that.
Forever questioning.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Rumination's a massive word in my head nowadays. Like I mean, I write tremendous amounts of stuff of what I'm sort of going through and stuff. I've done videos, I've done voice, and this is something I'd advise everyone does. Record yourself if you're at lowest moment. No, obviously don't press share, but sort of can you imagine?
Like I do.
Or FaceTime people.
But I mean, you can, I think, but I think like it gives you a chance to like emotionalize things and almost see what your intrinsic thoughts are when they're sort of, you know, shown extrinsically, you know. And I think like voice notes are very important as well.
Well, popping things out of our heads.
Yeah.
Again, it's like sharing, isn't it? And somebody gave me a fantastic tip. It was Alex from the Taylor's Surprise Singers.
All right.
And she's, because we were talking about menopause and forgetting things and stuff like that. And she said, you know, Sharon, she said, I send myself messages on WhatsApp. And I went, how can you do that? She said, oh, you just set up another like group that you're the only person in that group on WhatsApp.
Wow, genius.
Honestly, it's been amazing. I don't forget, well, I do forget things, but because I haven't put it in there, forget to put it in there. But actually what you're saying is that you can, you know, you can talk. So you don't have to be talking to people. You can send yourself a voice note. And I don't know about you. I don't know why I do it, but I like listening back to my voice notes I send people. As soon as I've sent
I
it.
do it all the
Is
time.
that right?
I hate
I'm
my own
obsessed.
voice.
I quite like my voice. I don't like
As a
my
DJ,
voice.
I don't like my voice.
But
like,
on
if I
voice
hear it.
on voice notes, I quite like it.
Do you like listening to people's voice notes though? Because I don't. I like
Speed them
listening
up.
to my own.
Speed them up.
I don't mind yours, by the way. Yours are quite good.
Rude.
I'm I'm dropping myself in.
I know, I've got 15 minutes. You're going to get chucked out in a minute.
I'm the same. I quite like listening to my own sort of voice and vocalising. It just gives you clarity on how you're sort of where you're at. I mean, I
think it's quite personal though as well. Like when you send someone a voice note, you feel like you care. Instead of everyone write a text.
I love a voice note.
Hey, how you doing? You alright? It's just,
on the go.
Well, you did it in there, and you got a response back straight away. And
he sent a voice note back as
well.
For
business as well, I find that really lovely.
It's just personal. Like literally, it was to a photographer, wasn't it?
And actually, it's quicker to do a voice note than it is to actually text as well.
Yeah.
So I think, if you're struggling out there, set yourself up a WhatsApp group that you're only in and send yourself a message. And I think listening back to it is the same, or set up a TikTok and just chuck it out there, and you get some lovely messages come back.
Yeah, I love my support. They're a small troop, but they're a great troop. Do you know what I mean? And they're growing as well. And I think what's important is I get messages off of people that are parents of autistic children as well.
I wanted to talk about this actually.
Absolutely, yeah. I found sorry, that was really autistic the way I responded there.
Yeah, so I got it. You didn't.
I'm so sorry. Did you want to ask a question? Sorry.
No. You carry on.
No. So my step family, my stepsister, she's got a son who's autistic. He's non-verbal. And listening to what she's saying really sort of like resonates with me, because my mum, the way she perceived me when I was younger, and I think possibly not so much now, especially now she's seen me on Love Triangle, is you do feel like written off a little bit. Like,
yes.
So I had a meeting with a guy who was like a special needs education person, and like he helped me set up my laptop and stuff. And then we were talking about housing, and I was told that I would never probably be able to, well, not never be able to, but it was a very high chance I wouldn't be able to live on my own and live independently and stuff.
Wow.
I know, it was really bizarre.
Look at you now.
Don't you love proving people wrong?
Oh, it's the best feeling.
I love that feeling.
Yeah,
I got told I talk too much as a kid.
Same.
Do you know what I mean? You talk too much.
I got my own talk show.
I talk for a living now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing where yourselves, your success stories are. You've channeled what you have as something that's amazing.
These are my only tools, so
everyone's different. And no one's the same. And when people say like, we should be this, and no, you're who you are, and everyone loves you, and everyone loves you who you are.
Yeah.
And that's what people need to get.
But it's hard to love yourself.
Oh God, yeah, it's difficult. It is difficult. There are moments where like I will question my worth, probably on a daily basis, but I use that as a driving force. Okay. So like with my business, it's almost like I have it in my head, I'll show you. And I'm not saying it to other people that have sort of like ditched me in the past, but more so myself I'm going to prove you wrong. You may feel like about yourself now, but in about 5-6 months' time, you're going to surprise yourself.
Yeah, we need to talk about your business.
Yeah.
So we've gone deep. Let's talk about your business.
So my business is obviously personal training.
Yes.
And it's based in Vibe Fitness in Manchester as well.
Yeah.
On Moseley Street, if you want to see. Moseley Street, I said Moseley Street.
You needed a drink.
They are strong though, we said this earlier.
But obviously as well, I do online coaching on top of that. And it's boxing based, but it's not the only thing.
Because this is accessible as well, because we are time poor.
Yeah.
And also when we get home from work, we can't be asked.
Yeah.
So, and that's when the negs come in, so.
No, exactly. And for me personally, what I've found like is a good approach. It's all set up. It's easy to read. It's easy to follow. But you've also got me there as your support as well. So you can call me up whenever you need to. Well, ideally not past 10. I've had people do that before. And I set up a FaceTime every week just to check in, just to make sure everyone's sort of getting on run with the program and stuff. And it's that support. I think a lot of people, when they do a program, it's exciting when you start.
Yeah.
The novelty wears off because then you realise you've got to dedicate yourself to it. And then furthermore, when you fail, you think, no.
But I find that your routines are really easy. I've done a few, so it's really actually helped, because I'm at the start of my marathon training, because I start at the beginning again.
Yes.
And actually the stretching has been fantastic, and you make it really quite clear and easy to do, whereas some of these ones that you follow are not easy. 1 minute you're there and I'm like, oh God, I've forgotten to do this, but you're quite clear on your instructions, which is really important.
That's it. It's easy to follow, and I think again that comes back down to how I've learned things as well. I need like really sort of like upfront standard instructions.
So is that how you do it?
Yeah.
So you're on your basis.
Okay. Yeah, on my basis, you get access to a portal and stuff. It's got an ebook. Yeah, it's got all sorts. I have to show you. It's tremendous in terms of like what you have access to. It's like 60.
We'll put all these links on our website and stuff like that on the link as well. So
I'm doing a little discounted rate as well.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, for promotion, where are we looking at? We're looking in that camera.
Oh, right, I've got to speak.
Got to speak. Yeah, it does help. What discount are you giving?
So I'm giving 10% discount to anyone that uses the code Wedding Mayhem. So do
Boom.
feel free to comment down below. You can even DM me this. I'm going to give you 10%. I'll induct you on there and we'll have a little chat about the program and we'll get you started.
Fantastic. I love that. You want to write a book?
I do want to write a book. Yes.
Because you write a lot, and you obviously we know from the show that you love your poems.
Do you know, I want to say about that, right?
She was rude.
She was quite. Do you know what I'll give her though? I'll give her props. She was freaking funny, right? She was quite funny. There was a scene I came into because I looked at John Travolta's back. I thought that was hilarious, to be fair, and so did most of my friends, and they won't stop me from getting it. Thanks, guys. But in terms of like poetry, I didn't write loads and loads of stuff. I mean, it was probably about
10 pages, she said. I'm
It was
sure
not
she said 10
10
pages.
blooming pages. No, but it was an all right poem. It took me 20 minutes. I take 20 minutes to write these things.
Right.
Like,
And where
it's
do these
amazing.
poems come from?
Do you know what? At the moment, not to feel sorry for myself, I suppose it's rumination and feeling sorry for myself in terms of like if I've had like a breakup that sort of hit me, I process it that way.
But this is how songwriters.
I just took the words out of my mouth. I was about to say, start writing songs, because
Yeah.
that's how Ed Sheeran says most of his songs
Yeah.
are from breakups in the past. And
Yeah, God knows what Taylor Swift's going to do now. I mean, she's finished.
yeah, she might do happy songs.
And Adele, that's what happens,
It's
But
funny, isn't it? Cause,
can you
like,
sing?
No.
Can you play guitar?
Actually, no. I'll tell you a lie.
Have we started a new career for you?
I'll tell you an idea. So I did do a collaboration with someone special, like recently. I don't know if I should say.
Say,
Yes, eh?
say.
So it was with Lewis Capaldi. I was in the bath. He was on the radio.
Oh, for God's sake.
That's
Right, get
yeah,
off.
But no, you are. I think the greatest amount of growth comes from pain, and I think
Yes.
through my sort of writing as well. That's what it's become. It's creative. My creative sort of juices are flowing. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? And I'm
love
just
it.
on it. And I've got to the point now, rather than sort of looking back on things that didn't work out, I'm looking back and going, that happened. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That person's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's been the hardest part because when you split up with someone and you sort of think, I shouldn't like them, and you try. I can't hate someone I loved. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think for me, I've now transferred that into I've got love for that person. That remains there.
Yeah.
No hate, no nothing.
Positivity.
Love
That's
and
what you got for your
positivity.
body.
Yeah, because hate is sour. It builds up and it makes you cross and it makes you angry, and you can't move on from that. It's toxic, right?
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
and it's probably why I've been married 3 times.
Well, I didn't mention that at all today.
You have.
I didn't mention it at all. Not today.
They're waving arms at us. So have we gone over? No. Oh, we're all right. We've got a few minutes. Well, if we were to give you your own platform here, what would you change about autism and ADHD in men?
Or
and
like how it's
boys?
perceived and stuff. I think as men, it's very difficult when it comes to being neurodiverse. First and foremost, as men, we don't speak very often, and I think women are better at masking things than men are. But at the same token, men are like not as good as talking out about things and communicating. I'm ridiculously open, like it's crazy, but I'm actually quite happy I'm like that because it leaves me vulnerable, but it also means it leads me to having some support from the right people as well. The perception I change, I guess. It's just that sort of stigmatism that if someone's different, there's some sort of like thing that's going to set them back from that. Do you know what I mean? If anything, utilise what you have as an advantage over something that's, you'd feel like is an ailment. So ADHD, especially importantly, a lot of men that I've worked with personal training wise, they're so driven once they've got direction, but they've got to direct it in the right way. And autism as well. A lot of people I get asking me all the time, how do I talk to girls? How do I do this? How do that? Just do it. You're in the best position ever because you might overthink, but also you're not reading the room fully. So therefore, like you'll get to know people without that sort of conscious of, well, that person's definitely thinking that person's definitely thinking that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And-
I there's no fear, is there, really? Because it's like, this is me.
Yeah.
You either take me or you leave me, or and
Grey shaman.
yeah.
This is
yeah,
me.
yeah, this is it. And what about dating?
Dating at the moment, I'm closed off. I've potentially got a few things lined up. I can't talk about too much just yet. So I'm closing that chapter for a little bit at the moment. Sort of
Concentrate on you.
Yeah, and there's always a little bit of feeling elsewhere where I'm like, do you know what? I've got that. I need to sort of completely deal with that before I even entertain any sort of situationship or relationship.
Yeah, because you've just done a massive big move as well, because you are working as well as doing all this thing. Typical, you know. So there's a lot going on as well, and obviously this fitness business as well is taking off, isn't it? It's huge.
That's the thing. So I think for me, I can't give that person the time they deserve. And I wouldn't want them to sort of sit there and wait for me. So
but for the right person.
For the right person, and the thing is, time waits for no one. So I think the right person will just come at the right time, the appropriate time.
Yeah, well, they always say when you're not looking, and they always come along at the most inconvenient time.
That's what I'm doing.
You'll make time.
I'm blindfolded
You'll make time
now. I'm like, all right, okay, I can't see them. Hopefully they'll turn up.
Yeah. So if you want to date this young man, then send us a message and I'll put you in touch.
You can vet them for me as well.
I will vet them.
Sharon's vetting.
On a serious level, who are you looking for?
Who am I looking for myself? No, what in terms of personality?
Yeah.
Basically the two people I fell in love with, I would say. So like, you know, compassionate, understanding, great depth, and funny. They've got to be funny, and obviously good looking as well. One must not just personate with personality.
Do you know what we lie, don't we, when we say looks are not everything?
There's definitely,
but it is.
It's that first attraction.
Yeah.
And then you get to know them. You don't walk it like in the old days.
Well, it's like Love is Blind. You know, how many of those fall apart because they don't fancy each other?
I've actually got a pillar of love that I figured out whilst I was on
Go
my
on.
phone. So you've got 4. They complement one another. You've got attraction. So if you are attracted to someone, then you've got the intrigue. So the personality, the character, do your values align? And then you're going to give them a bit more time. Maybe you'll go for a few dates. Then you've got the spark. Like, do you feel that spark when they message you? You're like, oh, I've got a message. That was a bit loud.
But no, but it's true though. Like, yeah.
Exactly. And then on top of that as well, once you get that spark and you feel it, the last one's the most important one. We all fall short of this in situationships, is that sort of where you meet in the middle. There's a word for it, compromise. And if you don't compromise, then always...
life is about compromise, you know, and doing things that you necessarily don't want to do.
Exactly.
But, you know, it's about keeping that other person happy, isn't it? Like buying a nice prom dress, Hermione.
Yeah. She'll get what she wants.
And do you want to get married?
Oh, of course, yeah, absolutely. Want to get married, have kids, maybe a dog. All the stuff, really. I'd love to have 3 kids, but you know, I'll settle for 1. You know what I mean? As long as I've got a little one that looks just like me, I'm more than happy.
Oh.
And a happy wife, of course. So I'll do whatever it takes. Not whatever it takes, God blimey, it's going to happen. I'm just waiting for that right
And
moment.
we're definitely going to write the book, aren't we?
Of course we are.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I've given you
There's a lot
some
of
tips,
things
haven't I? So,
with some poems at the back.
Yeah.
It is about poems.
Well, it's weird. So my book's based on my own experiences, but I've also added my poems in there.
That's what, in my head, that's what I was thinking. The front would be about your experiences, because you've got a lot of life experiences there, and at the back you can have your
Asa, I think you know everything that you've gone through, from you know being little to being diagnosed, is such an inspiration for guys out there, and there are guys going to be watching this going, you know what, you've given me courage to seek help, or you know, that are in pits of despair, like you've talked about on your TikTok, and I think you're just going to help so many people with your channel. So please keep it going.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you.
We need to find. Where can everybody find you?
Everyone can find me on Instagram or TikTok at Asa Sunny Pascal, and it's ASA, and then Sunny is in the day, and Pascal is in French. That's a bad promo for me.
And where can we find you? On FaceTime with me.
Instagram, Facebook, and online.
And who are you?
DJ Lee Russell on Instagram and LR Disco Entertainment on Facebook. Yeah.
Thank you, as always, for coming back week in, week out. We never know what we're going to say on the show here, and you stick with us every single week. And
keep telling your friends to follow.
Yeah, definitely. And if you guys, I'm in the wrong camera as usual. I've only been doing it 2 years. And if you're looking to come on the show, do get in touch with us, and then we'll send you what happens next. And thank you for listening. And if you're looking for a wedding dress, come and see us at Love Me Do Brides.
Boom.
No, I needed I needed a drink.
Smashed it. Cheers, everyone.
Well done, Asa. That was fantastic. Well done.